Hello there.
Hi.
I like that color shirt, nice and bright.
It is a bright one today. Thank you. Yeah, get this one out the way on Wednesday, just for the press conference.
Awesome. With that, we would like to get started.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like to welcome Tommy Fleetwood to the virtual press conference room here at the Wyndham Championship. Tommy, welcome back. You're making just your second start, with last year being your first appearance at this tournament. So what did you take away from last year and looking forward to this week?
I enjoyed the course last year. I really, really did. It was my first time here. It's playing different this week. It's a lot firmer, especially on the greens. And I like the Carolinas. I think it's a lovely vibe. I think the people are great. I enjoy the courses. So coming back is a really nice feeling. And you know, I'm pretty sure it won't be my last time I enjoy it.
And 136 in the FedEx Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about how big this week is for your game to solidify a position to make a deep run in the FedEx Cup playoffs.
It's not going to make or break my year. I think I've had a long enough season. I've had enough events to be doing a lot better, and I haven't. So I'm not going to come into this week and overload myself with pressure, thinking I need to get into the playoffs. The fact is, I'm not there. I really want to be there, and I just said it. I mean, I could still win the FedEx Cup. I could still have a great run and go to Atlanta and win the FedEx Cup, and I'm not going to lose sight of that. But also, in terms of where I'm at with my game, I'm still working. I'm still getting better. I'm still sort of moving towards the golfer that I want to be and the way I want to play, and whether I make the playoffs or not, come Monday morning, that doesn't change how I'm playing or where I'm at, and I still need to work at things. So playoffs or not, I still need to get better, I still need to improve, but I feel like I'm on the right track, and I'm really not going to try and force the issue or put too much pressure on myself, in one event when it's been a long season where, I could have and maybe should have done better.
And we have a question from David Pacey with The Sun.
Hi, Tommy.
Hiya.
Question I'll put to Justin first. Tom, if it doesn't go your way this week, would you consider playing one or two before Wentworth? Obviously, Ryder Cup isn't an issue, but just to maybe find the form you're looking for?
Yeah, schedules change. I think the one that I would definitely look at would be Rome before Wentworth. It's been a sort of long grueling season already, so if I get time off given to me, then nice, but I still think, I want to play, I want to continue to get out on the golf course, and I'm obviously wrestling with the game and results at the moment, where I feel like I'm doing a lot of things well and just can't quite sort of build the momentum that I want to, or get the results that I want to. So I think playing is definitely the right way forward for me. So this week doesn't go well. I'll probably, obviously Wentworth is definitely in the schedule, and I'll probably go a week before that as well, which gives me a couple of events, and then there's the Ryder Cup, which is so important to us all. So it'll be a nice run.
You were talking about your game not being where you wanted, Tommy, but you've spoken to us on a number of occasions about how much more difficult things were before 2018, and then bang. I mean, would you sort of look back on that and think, hang on, this is only a blip compared to what you've been through before?
Well, it is just a blip in form and results. But if it is a blip, then it's a nice one. I mean, I've just played the Open where I had a great start. I've just played, I've just become an Olympian. I played in the Olympics, and actually, went to bed on Saturday night with a chance of winning a gold medal. I've got the Ryder Cup coming up in September, so as blips go, this is, and if this is how it stands, and I feel like I continually get better, then this has been a nice one as as they say. So yeah, I'm in a completely. I've been in much worse off situations than this, and that's probably why I feel, not as panicky or a little bit more positive about it as a whole.
That's great. Thanks, Tommy.
Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks, mate.
Now over to Jeff Babineau with PGAtour.com.
Hi, Tommy.
Hey,
you reference a long and grueling season. You look back to September and you look at all the big events we've had, 6 majors, you still have playoffs and a Ryder Cup around the corner. As a player, what did you find to be the biggest challenge of meeting the challenge of all these tournaments?
I think probably on an, as an individual basis, I would say the travel has probably been the hardest part for me living in the UK. Whether it's been, moving the family out to Florida for a couple of months, or whether it has been traveling back and forth, 2 weeks at a time when, we have to quarantine and stuff. And I guess, making those small sacrifices, I'd say that as an individual has been the hardest part. But at the same time, we've had the chance to play when people haven't. People have been struggling a lot more than PGA Tour players. We've been very, very lucky in that since the start of golf again, which was the first sport to come back last year, we've had full schedules. We've continued as normal. We've had a ton of majors. So it's been great in that sense. And I don't think, I'm not the type to sit and make excuses. I think we've had it great, and travel being a bit harder or not, like there's still been a lot of events to play, and it's still been great being able to come back and forth and play. So yeah, it's been a long season, and again, not much time off, not much time to mentally reset, and maybe that makes things harder when you're lacking momentum to kind of make a switch. But still, having the chance to play week in, week out is we're very lucky.
Yeah, and a quick Ryder Cup question for you. You're firmly in that European side. What's your relationship like with Padraig Harrington, and what do you think he brings to the table that's distinct to him?
I think Padraig has always been, from the first time I ever played with him, which was at the Dunhill in 2011, I asked him for some advice then. He's always been somebody that I've enjoyed talking to about golf. I've enjoyed playing with him. I've enjoyed watching him over the years. I think he has a fantastic record individually and in the Ryder Cup. Very strong mind. From playing in Paris, where he was a vice captain, there was no task too big or too small that he would do. So I think he's going to be great, and he's been sort of vocal with the players building up to the Ryder Cup. I think he has a fantastic persona, and he's somebody that you can be very comfortable in the company. And I'm looking forward to playing under him and hopefully playing well for him.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
And we're going to do final question from Garrett Johnson with the Caddy Network.
Tommy, how you doing?
Hey, Garrett.
Hey, I'm just curious. Here we are, Wyndham Championship. We're at the doorstep of the playoffs. You're looking for results right away, I would assume. So I'm curious, with your pre-round range warm-up routine, what does that look like as you're practicing, getting ready for these important rounds here?
It's getting shorter and shorter. I'm spending I've cut it down to about 35, 40 minutes now, where I think as the year's gone on, I think what I've realised is the shorter I do it, the more I focus in, the more each shot actually means something. I found myself, I'm fortunate that I'm quite my body is very injury free. I remain, very sort of loose. It doesn't take me that long to warm up. So I think the longer I take, the more I end up waiting around, probably hit a few extra shots, probably tinker with something, and then before you know it, I'm going out and thinking about something I shouldn't. So, and that probably is a good thing going into this week. The less I give myself a chance to think about things, the better, really, and just play golf. And if I end up hitting it well, if I end up putting well, if I end up doing great, then that's fantastic. But if I don't, then it won't be for reasons of me thinking poorly or being in the wrong state mentally. So I think that's important.
Is there a certain aspect of your game that you tend to overthink? could slip into in that perspective?
I can overthink anything really. I love the game. I love improving, and I love thinking about new things. And you know, so I think, you know, I can easily slip into something like that. So on tournament days especially, keeping it as simple as possible is very important for me.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
That's all the questions we have.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it.
All right.
Good luck this week.
See you guys. Thank you.